Hello, Inner Power Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda. And if you're a coach, expert, or service-based business owner, you're in the right place to learn law of attraction strategies that will help you break through to six figures and beyond in your business. And in this episode, you're going to learn how to optimize your time to have more freedom as an entrepreneur. And you know me, if you've been here for a while, I always teach you the mindset around the things that I teach. So today we're going to be talking about the mindset around time, and then you're going to learn some strategies to help you optimize how you spend your time. To me, this is one of the most important topics that you can ever understand. And when I say the topic to understand, it's one of the most important things that you can learn how to implement effectively if you choose to be a successful entrepreneur who has freedom, because the way that you think about time is going to be the way that you feel about money, which is going to be what creates your vibrational frequency for money magnetism. And as an entrepreneur, we want to be magnetizing the easiest money possible in the largest amounts so that we can experience freedom. Charles Darwin said, "A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life." Ooh, that's a good one. Let's say that from this perspective. An entrepreneur who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of money or the value of themselves. If you are someone who wastes time and doesn't understand how you feel about money, you're really not going to be able to create freedom. And what that says is that you don't value yourself enough. Because again, just go back. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Have you ever thought about how we all live in a container of time? Everything we do happens in the container of time. And so if you're not getting the results you want, in other words, freedom, flexibility, flow, you've got to change how you spend your time. And this is going to be very related to your money block. So if you have a subconscious money block that believes I've got to work hard to make money, or I'm not a highly valuable person, like you're struggling with imposter syndrome and you don't think that you bring a lot of value to the world, or that your products, programs, and services don't offer enough value, you're going to overwork and get underpaid. You're going to have scattered energy and efforts, and this is going to cause you to create things that don't bring in a lot of revenue, or when you create them, you don't sell them powerfully enough, you don't convert well because you don't believe in your sales strategies, or you don't believe in the products or programs that you offer. And so all of this causes you to have to work really, really hard. And there are three money blocks. One is that money is bad. One is that money is scarce. One is that money causes stress. You could feel the same exact way about time. You could believe time is bad, like time is your enemy. There's never enough time. So that'd be money is scarce. Then you think time is scarce. So if time is scarce, you're going to be thinking there's never enough time. There's not enough time in the day to do what I want. There's not enough time to relax. There's not enough time to make money. There's not enough time to spend with my family. Not enough, not enough, not enough. You could also think you're not enough, because if you believe that there's not enough time to do something, what it means is that you, as the source of time, don't believe you're enough to figure out how to spend your time wisely to get the results you want. You could also think that time causes stress. If you believe time causes stress, it's similar to just thinking that, oh, there's never freedom in my time, and how I spend my day makes me more and more stressed out. So if you're one of these people, you're definitely going to wake up in the morning and the first thought is going to be, oh my God, there's so much to do. So that's a scarcity block. It's being a victim to time. So you think time is bad. And you also think that the day is stressful, which time is your container of your life. So if you think the day is stressful, everything is stressful. You can see how this relates to money magnetism, because how you spend your time is going to either increase or decrease your money magnetism. It's impossible to create future freedom when you feel frustrated in the present moment. So many entrepreneurs get stuck in thinking that when they get to a certain level of success, then they'll take time to relax. Really check in with yourself here and ask, am I the person who believes that? I'm hustling hard every day. I'm pushing. I'm always pressured. I feel a state of urgency. I'm impatient about the success that hasn't come yet at the level that I desire. If you feel that way in the now, it's impossible to create freedom, because whatever you're being in the now is what attracts to you what you're being in the now, in the future, right? So it's impossible to have future freedom when you're feeling stuck and frustrated and stressed out in the present moment. So your hopeful future of freedom is an impossibility if you're feeling frustrated right now. Or let's say if you're feeling frustrated on a consistent basis. So you got to recognize, how do I feel on a daily basis? If I'm feeling stressed out, I feel like there's never enough time, there's never enough money. If I feel like time is something that I'm victimized by, I'm not in control of it. If I feel like time is a bad thing, like I'm always at odds with it. If I feel like time causes me stress, you know that you're going to be blocking your future success of feeling free, because you're blocking it in the now. So you want to start playing with how to feel good in the now and use your time effectively to be the most productive possible. And when I'm talking about productivity, I am not talking about busyness. I like to think of productivity as the maximum results in the minimum amount of time, which is the maximum profits with the least amount of effort, which is the maximum joy with the least amount of have-tos. So if you're highly productive, it means you're doing what you enjoy, you're using your time wisely, you are delegating and dropping and automating things, you are setting boundaries on your time, you are becoming very efficient because you recognize the power of time, you recognize the value of yourself, and you recognize that you really only get this one life in this body. You know, I don't know what happens to us after we pass. And so you get this time to make it the best time possible. And really that's freedom, right? I think every single person on the planet wants to experience freedom. And really what freedom means is that you have freedom of time and freedom of choice about how you spend your time, right? All of us think we want financial freedom. Sure, money makes things easier, but if you're miserable in the now and I give you more money and you spend your time struggling in the now and you get more money, it just means that your problems get bigger because your mindset is stuck. If you're an awesome person in the now and you feel flowing and you feel freedom in the now, you feel like your life is great, you appreciate what you have and you enjoy what you're creating and you get more money, that's what expands. So money just expands how you already spend your time. It just expands it. Money doesn't fix anything. That's wild to think about. Money isn't the solution. You are the solution. You're the magic pill to feeling better. And it all starts with optimizing yourself. So inner power. That's why my company is named Inner Power, right? Inner Power Daily, because everything that you get in the outer world is a reflection of yourself, how you think, how you feel, what you believe about yourself. And that gets projected out into the quantum field and it gets mirrored back to you in a tangible form. So it's really easy for you to predict what you're thinking and believing and feeling on the inside. Just look to your outer world for evidence. So if what you're getting on the outside is an experience of stress and struggle and strain, then know that on the inside you are experiencing stress and struggle and strain, and it's just getting shown to you in that mirror reality through the law of attraction. Whatever you resonate at is what you're attracting your way. And so if you are feeling that way, it's okay. Let's learn strategies to apply my inner power formula and reframe your energy so that you can get different results. All right, so let's tie this together. Productivity is maximum results in the minimum amount of time, maximum profits with the least amount of effort, maximum joy with the least have-tos. So as an entrepreneur, how do you become more productive? You gotta first focus on feeling good, change your state of being. I'm gonna teach you strategies to do that next. And you wanna focus on money-making activities. So entrepreneurial success is going to be reflected to you through the amount of money you make and how you feel about the ways that you make it. So you want to increase your clarity about how you spend your time and then reframe what is and isn't working. So my inner power formula is 3 steps. Number 1, you've got to recognize. Number 2, reframe. And number 3, repeat to reprogram. Now let's play with recognizing how you spend your time. What you're going to do here is track your time for at least 1 week. And what I mean by this is you're going to create a spreadsheet that you put on your desktop and you track every hour. If you want to get really granular and detailed, you can do it every 15 minutes. It really depends on the structure of your day. If you have, let's say, a 1-hour coaching client, you're not going to be doing this every 15 minutes. If you are doing a lot of varied tasks throughout the week, then just make sure that you set up a system to track at least every hour, because what this is going to do is give you incredible clarity. You've got to recognize, remember, you can't reframe anything if you don't recognize what's going on. So you've got to understand how you spend your time. This is a strategy that will blow your mind, because when you do it, you realize how much time you spend on things you didn't think you were spending time on, or how little time you spend on things that you know you need to spend time on to move your business forward. And so clarity is always key. Recognition is what's going to help you know what you need to change and what you need to reframe. So as you're doing your time tracking for at least 1 week, just create a spreadsheet. And so you're just going to write the date and then, the hours of every day. Do this for 1 week. You can do it for longer if your weeks are really varied and 1 week looks super different than the next week. Then you want to make sure you at least get a good recognition and clarity raising of how you spend your time over the course of a blocked period of time. So at least start with a week. This is going to feel a little bit drudgerous probably. When I recommended this to people, they're like, oh my God, seriously? And when they do it, it blows their mind. So if you practice this, I promise it will enlighten you in terms of giving you clarity about your productivity or lack of productivity. And this is essential because you want to be asking yourself as you're doing this time tracking, is the time I'm spending on blank, so whatever activity it is, making me the easiest, biggest money possible? So is the time I'm spending on blank making me the easiest, biggest money possible? Remember, the goal here is for us to get clear on how we spend our time. Is that thing that we're doing bringing us joy? Is it bringing us money? Is it bringing us stress? What are we feeling as we spend our time? What are the results we're getting from the way that we spend our time? These are critical recognition points so that you know how to reframe. Now remember, a reframe, when you go to reframe how you use your time, a reframe is that you're going to either reframe the way you think about it, you're going to reframe how you're feeling about it, or you're going to reframe what you're actually doing. So a reframe is just a mindset switch strategy or an action switch strategy. It's doing, feeling, being something different. And in order to get this to be reprogrammed into your subconscious, you've got to repeat it. So again, inner power formula, recognize, reframe, repeat to reprogram. And today we're applying it to time. So when you're reframing how you use your time, you're looking at your time tracking spreadsheet, looking at how you spent your time. You're asking yourself, is that time that I spent getting the results I expect? So it could be, is it helping me make the easiest, biggest money possible? Or it could be, am I enjoying that time I'm spending? Or is this a waste of time? Is this something that's giving me energy, or is this something that's draining my energy? Is this getting me the expected results, or do I need to make some pivots and reframe how I use my time? So in number 2, when you're reframing your time, you're going to define the activities that make you the most money and bring you the most freedom, and do more of these. This seems very obvious, yet a high percentage of people who listen to this episode will not take action on this. If you're not somebody who's taking action on these action steps, you're not going to get results. And you're going to wonder, why am I not successful? Why am I not leading the life that I love or building the business that I desire? It's because you are stuck in learning and not taking action. Knowledge in action is power, right? If you're just learning and learning, but you're not actually doing anything with what you're learning, you're not going to have as good of results. You've got to start taking action. So if you do this time tracking and then you start to define the activities that make you the most money and bring you the most joy, that's going to help you reprogram yourself. So make sure you take action on these. I also want you, in this part where you're reframing, you want to define the activities that aren't making you money or are really draining your energy. And those 2 questions are really important, okay? So it's just asking yourself, okay, is this activity making me money? Is it something I enjoy? Because when you do things you enjoy, those are going to be magnetic to money. Remember, they're going to get you to zone 4, your zone of manifestation. So in my 4 zones, zone 4 is the zone of manifestation. And in the zone of manifestation, you're spending your time strategically doing what you enjoy, and it brings you the most money. So anything that isn't making you money and is draining your energy, you want to DAD your system. So my acronym for this is to drop, automate, delegate, DAD your system. So what are you going to drop that is a waste of time? We do a lot of things that are a waste of time, and especially when you're somebody who struggles with time scarcity, it means that you don't set good boundaries on your time, so you don't recognize the things that are draining your energy and the things that are giving you energy, and you're doing too many things, you're overwhelmed, your plate is too full with things that drain your energy. Many of these could be dropped, and you want to get clear on what they are. So drop. Some of the things could be automated through systems. So there's just a few examples of automation systems that you can implement, or delegate. So when you're delegating, you want to be looking for people who love the thing you hate to do. And sometimes this sounds counterintuitive because you're like, well, I hate doing this and I don't want to give them the shit work. And it's funny because some of the things you hate to do, other people love to do, and the things they love to do, you hate to do. You're looking for the people who love those things so that if it's something that is actually required to do in your business, you're going to need to have it done. You are not the right person to be doing it if you hate doing it and it's draining your energy. So you want to delegate those things as fast as possible. Now, dependent on your stage of business, this might look like you trading or having somebody who's an intern and they want a line on their resume and they need experience. When you're later stage business and you have, let's say, zone 3 or 4, where you're having more consistency in your income and you're really ready to scale to the next level, hire the experts who are way better at things than you, the things that you just don't need to do anymore at all, where they take it over, they implement it, and they tell you exactly just small tasks that need to be done to continue to scale, instead of you thinking you need to come up with all the solutions and answers. That's going to hold you back from scaling, and that's going to make you feel like you're never free in your business if you're continuously doing things you don't enjoy to do. So you've got to learn how to DAD your system to be the most efficient with your time so that you can be a productivity master and create that freedom that we're talking about. And it starts with you saying, I choose to spend my time wisely in the now. It's not, oh, once I get to a certain level of success, then I'll start to do these things. You've got to do it now because remember, you attract from your current state of being, not your future state of being. And so these are important, critical things you've got to start doing today to create financial freedom, to create time freedom. Number 3, you're going to repeat your most productive use of time. So in number 1, you're recognizing how you spend your time. Number 2, you're reframing how you use your time based on what's getting results and what is draining your energy. You're either drop, automating, and delegating the things that are draining your energy, or you're spending more time on the things you enjoy. And then in number 3, you're repeating your most productive use of time, meaning you're getting the most joy, it's giving you the most energy, it's getting the most results. And you want to do the activities that are making you the most money and bringing you the most joy over and over and over again. This up-levels your vibrational frequency, causes you to be in a state of joy, which then causes you to magnetize more freedom and more success your way. So this is how you optimize your time to have more freedom as an entrepreneur. So just a quick review, you're going to apply the inner power formula to recognize how you spend your time by doing a time tracking sheet. You're going to reframe your use of time by defining what makes you money and brings you joy and what doesn't. The things that don't, you're going to DAD them, drop, automate, delegate, and then you're going to repeat this, and then you're going to reprogram yourself for success. So the repetition is what reprograms your subconscious state of being for success. Now you become an automatic money magnet, and this creates freedom. And we all want that. So that is how you optimize your time to create more freedom as an entrepreneur. If you are liking what you get here, you are definitely going to want to go to workwithdramanda.com. workwithdramanda.com. You're going to find all kinds of free and paid resources here. I've got free chapters to my Money Magnet book, free trial to my Law of Attraction program, course work. You can work with me in my group coaching program. I mean, so many awesome resources for you to apply law of attraction strategies that are going to help you get to 6 figures and beyond in your business. So workwithdramanda.com. Until the next episode, I'm sending you giant hugs and inner power high fives.